Hey guys, welcome to the channel. The last video I made with this truck was showing how much it picked up with the tune, and now the truck has a different motor in it. It was supposed to have more compression than a stock motor, but I ended up not being able to get the pistons that I needed for this 30 overbore motor at the time that I needed them, so the pistons are down in the hole a little bit, so it's got terrible quench, but it's got factory compression because these are flat tops instead of dish. So it's got the same compression but worse quench. Some of you guys won't know what that means, some of you guys will. It's pretty important when it comes to building an efficient and good running motor. But it does have a cam, and that's the only other changes that it's had otherwise, other than injectors. After this, I'm going to do exhaust. I already have the headers and the mufflers. The exhaust on this thing is horrendous, and it's still got cats and stock manifolds, and I know that's going to help it pick up a good bit more. So I'm going to do a video on that also. But as you can see, well, not as you can see, but as you will see, this thing has a Summit Stage 3 high lift truck cam. It's I think it's a 218, 227, 600 lift cam. This is this truck's got a 4L80 in it, stock converter, but these 2500 HDs stall up a little bit higher than like a 4L60 and most half tons and stuff like that. So it stalls up to about 2200. It drives perfectly fine with a stock converter. I mean, it's idling. You can see where it's idling at right here, perfect. I did clean up the heads a little bit, did a little head work, but I don't really think I gained a lot there. I wasn't really trying to spend a lot of time on them. But I mean, we'll see what it does. I think it did 85 mile an hour before. I mean, if this thing got into the 15s, I mean, I think that would be fantastic, but I doubt it will. It might, maybe it will, I don't know. But if it did that, or if it did 90 mile an hour, I'd be fired up over it. I think it did 85 before. And this truck's really heavy, and I got a lot of weight. I got toolbox, spare tires still in here, 3/4 tank gas, crap everywhere. Look at this. It's beautiful. So just to show you, it drives perfectly fine, that's in gear. It's been sitting here idling. It's got pretty good throttle response and stuff compared to factory, which surprised me with no quench. But I threw it together because I needed the motor. It's not giving it too much throttle right there. Now my ABS lights are on, all that. I got it in speed density right now. Oh yeah, I meant to say earlier, got sidetracked, that it is only shifting at 6,000. You'll see. It should be, with this cam, you should be able to shift it higher than that, but it's running lean. It's running pretty lean, so I don't want to run it any higher than that, because the wide band's getting lean pretty quick. So whenever I change a fuel pump in it, I'll turn it up, and I'm quite sure it'll gain a couple mile an hour just from that too. So it also, you basically say I'm shifting at the same exact RPM as I did with the factory, well, not the factory tune, but the tune that I had on it with the factory motor. So without extending the RPM range any, we'll see what it picks up. All right, here's my usual test spot, so we'll see how we go here. Oh, it's spun out. Yeah. never got into the 16, so that's an improvement considering what we really got going on here. Alright guys, here they are side by side. The one on the left is of course the factory motor with a tune, and the one on the right is with a different motor, tad bit of head work, and the stage 3 high lift truck cam from Summit. So as you can see, it did pick up 5 mile an hour and 7/10 and a quarter. It's not bad. I mean, could have been a little better. It did spin a little bit, which I didn't really expect. The DA is pretty good right now. As you can see, they're both invalid, but you can look at the graph and tell that they're more than likely both tests were made in the same spot, and which they were. So, back to back, as good as I could get it. So the next test I'm going to do is with exhaust. And I got a freaking train going by. It's great. Okay. I'm going to do headers and exhaust and retest it after I put the fuel pump in, and then I'll be able to rev it out higher also. And, I mean, if I'm lucky, I'll gain another 5 mile an hour by doing that. And that'll make the truck pretty good. I really just got it in there to help me out pulling a little bit, because anybody that's ever drove one of them things know they're pretty weak, just because they're so heavy, and that one's 4-wheel drive and don't have small tires, and it don't have stock lightweight rims on it either. So, it doesn't have anything going for it. It's not fast by any means, but I know a lot of guys would like to do something like this to their vehicle and, give you an idea on what's going to happen. I guess you could say from stock, I forgot what, I think it did a 17.8 stock, and I think that was at 80 mile an hour. So, but you can go back and look at that video and tell. But this is what she did. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm also, like I said, I'm going to get ready to start doing some stuff with my truck, my green truck, which that should be a lot more entertaining than this. I want to bring it to the track and do some call outs and stuff with the track with it, which should be fun. So you guys stay tuned and like and subscribe. If you guys did that, it'd be fantastic.